Hey, what's going on, guys? We got a lot to talk about. As you can see, the content schedule was just dropped. We have AK Icons, Season 7, Roster Revolution, All-Star Athletes, and Ultimate Legends dropping this week. It's pretty packed content schedule. Everyone's asking where Sugar Rush is. Saying that this says release 1, we're probably not going to get Sugar Rush this week or next week. We'll probably get it the week after, or unless they drop 2 times next week, which is possible, but unrealistic. We might have 2 weeks of Sugar Rush, probably something like that. But starting off with the AKA icons that came out today, we have the Terry McLaurin and the Vita Vea. We're going to take a look at them. Now moving on to Terry McLaurin, as you can see, really good stats. Commanders, AKA Icon Steam Team, 6 foot, I think is a really good height. 98 speed, 97 excel. Abilities, he obviously gets a couple discounts. As you can see, this is a 1 AP bucket. Same here, 1 AP bucket. Another 1 AP bucket, some of them. And then here are his 2 buckets everybody looks for. One thing about AKA Icons, they always have an X Factor as an ability. It's not always 0, but they always got one. And he has Rack 'em Up, which is cracked. If you guys don't know, if you play against bottlenecks, the only way to counter a bottleneck is to have an X Factor as an ability. And he has an X Factor as an ability. Terry McLaurin, probably worth his price. He's the first person with an X Factor that's 0 AP. They are also reducing the AP later this week, so you'll see that. So our AP is not going to be whatever, it's like 16 and like 12 or whatever. It's not going to be that anymore. So you got to start condensing the AP you got on your team to players who can actually fit it, because players are getting cheaper and cheaper abilities, so that's why they're going down. Now moving on, we got Vita Vea. Vita Vea cards usually always play good, but the problem I always have with them, and they never do him justice, he's 83 speed. I really wish he was closer to 90 speed. I do. His cards always play good, but he's always so slow. Ability wise, as you can see, a couple 1 AP buckets, nothing too crazy. But here you can see he gets Fearmonger for 0. That's pretty cool, but I don't think he'd be worth it. Inside Stuff for 1, El Toro for 1, Secure for 0. Realistically, if he's getting Inside Stuff for 1, Fearmonger for 1, there's so many other defensive tackles you can get that could get this for 1 or even 0, and they're closer to 90 speed. So Vita Vea, they kind of did him dirty. If they would have given him like Unstoppable Force or Colossus, this would have made this card a huge, like a ton better, but they can't give it to everyone. The Vita Vea card's pretty good if you have a Bucks team, but I wouldn't get him regardless other than that. Now moving on, as you can see, is season 7. We have season 7 on Wednesday. I believe. I think it's Wednesday or Thursday, but I think it's Wednesday. Make sure you get your challenges done. Try to hit at the highest level you can. Then we have Roster Revolutions. Those cards are going to be okay. As you know, those are usually theme team cards. So for season 7, the cards were leaked, as you can see here. Antonio Gates, James Harrison. I'm blanking right now. This number 52 guy, I just searched him up. This is Antonio Gates, James Harrison. This is Mike Webster. So an offensive lineman is kind of huge, because offensive lineman, if you can save coins on an offensive lineman, I would do it. Then we have Aiden, I believe this is, and then AP. Depending on what they get, because we know this season the cards got discounted abilities. I'm assuming it's going to be the same thing, all team chems, all abilities. We'll see who the best one is. There's usually flaws to all these cards, honestly. Antonio Gates is known as a short tight end. James Harrison is known as only a pass rusher, and he's usually slow, so hopefully they make him fast enough. Mike Webster seems like the best choice right now, being a center. Aiden Hutchinson's usually a really good edge rusher, so it depends on abilities, and then AP, it depends on speed and abilities at that point. But honestly, the safest bet probably to go here would probably be Mike Webster, center. He's going to have discounted abilities, and he's going to be free. Also wanted to show you guys the leaks for Roster Revolution. As you can see here, 98 Kevin Zeitler, 98 Jonathan Grenard, 98 Devon Achan, and also Darius Washington. Those guys fit your theme team, you guys are up. But these cards usually are kind of expensive to even make good anyways, with the medals that they take. And now we have 2 more things to go over. Well, one more big thing to go over is All-Star Athletes Release 1. It's the first time they're ever doing a promo like this. I believe it's just going to be athletes that played other positions in other sports, that type of thing. We don't know nothing about the Ultimate Legends yet this week, I believe. Oh no, we do. I'll show you guys those in a little bit. But the All-Star athletes, we'll get right to it. Starting off here, as you can see, this is Pat McAfee. I don't know what we're getting a punter, I guess. This was shown just him specifically. So we'll see how Pat McAfee is, but he's a punter. And now we have the champs leaked, as you can see. All of these guys, there's a little pattern you can see here. Dion, Randall McDaniel, Tony G, Taysom Hill, Jim Thorpe, Jimmy Graham, Julius Peppers, Julian Edelman. And with all these guys got in common, Deion Sanders played baseball and he played football. Don't know what Randall McDaniel did. Tony G, I believe, played football and basketball. Taysom Hill, as you know, plays a lot of positions. Jim Thorpe played a lot of positions. Jimmy Graham played basketball. Julius Peppers played basketball. And Julian Edelman in college was a quarterback. So all of them played different sports or different positions. So that's why I like the all-star athlete type of thing. They can do a little bit of everything. This is what this promo is going to be about. Now, I don't know if they're going to be out of position. I know there's going to be 95 overall out of position players, but we don't know who they are yet. We'll see what they are later, but this is all we got for now. Now, I believe this card art that we're seeing here is the LTDs. Patrick Ricard, Anthony Munoz, and Bobby Bell. I believe this is Bobby Bell, but I'm not I'm not a fan of these LTDs, offensive linemen and a fullback, unless they're changing their positions, which they definitely could do with this promo. All-Star saying they can do different things, that kind of stuff. Bobby Bell usually is a good linebacker. Obviously, he's a Chief, but we'll see what he is. I believe he's like 6'2" or something like that, so it's not the worst height. We'll see what these abilities these cards get, and hopefully they're cracked. Now, this is something I wanted to show you. As you can see, they do have a team chemistry. It's more than one release, so remember, there's going to be multiple. You can get all the way to 40 to get +1 speed. And out of position all-star crew, so we are confirmed getting out of position cards. And as you can see, 2, 4, 6, 8 total items. And then if you get all 8 items, you get 2 height. I don't know if that means 2 feet or 2 inches. If it's 2 feet, it's cracked out of its mind. 2 inches is still crazy. Get +1 speed at 6, which is really good. So these 95s are definitely going to be really good cards. And then there's items here. I'm not sure what this is going to be. But as you can see, basketball strat item gives you that. Baseball, track and field, and boxing. I don't know if everyone's going to be able to get that strat. It seems like track and field would be the best, but I don't know how this is going to work specifically. Are there more cards they're not showing? Or players that aren't in the NFL coming into EA, like basketball players, and for example, LeBron gonna get a card or something? Or are these just gonna be just what the other people did? For example, the Jimmy Graham played basketball, so basketball chem, But I don't know what's the exact reason for these strat items. It's something to look forward to, though. Now, I did say there wasn't much to talk about Ultimate Legends, but the Legends were leaked last week, and I'll show you guys them now. As you can see, the Ultimate Legends, some of them are the ones we had this week. We got Plaxico, we got Ben Coates, and then we also got Lance Briggs, but we're going to get a Marcus Stroud, I think his name is, Joe Montana, and Antoine Winfield. Antoine Winfield is the LTD. These cards actually didn't turn out too bad, the ones that dropped this week. So next week we do have something to look forward to. I haven't used my tokens yet, if you guys are wondering. We'll find out later on Saturday if these cards are worth using tokens on. I haven't used mine yet, though. If you guys did enjoy today's video, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.